presentation provides an overview for water recreational safety as a public health priority and discuss the determinants by using Red Lotus model of health and well-being as a kind. Activities are necessary part of human life and discover many several types which are framed naturally according to individual interest as well as by neighboring social creation. Areas such as beaches, swimming pools, and many more are regarded as essential venues for recreational practices, for example, fishing, boating, swimming, diving, etc. Moreover, water recreation related business plays very important role in boosting up the economy of the respective country. There are several recreational activities that people perform as per their interest. They are boat cruises, diving, fishing in a salt water, fly fishing, kayaking, sailing, surfing, windsurfing, and kite surfing. Who is most affected on the basis of sex and age group? The highest ratio was of males accounted to 72%, that means 179 males died due to drowning. However, 70 females died, that equals to 28%. Moreover, 18 deaths were among children aged between 0 to 4 years, and half of that deaths were children between 5 to 14 years. The deaths occurred between young people aged between 15 to 24 years was 12%, whereas the figures were too high among males from 25 to 64 years up to 41%. And the ratio was half for the people aged 65 year and over as compared to 25 to 64 years males. Hence, males aged 75 years and over and females aged 55 to 74 years were at highest risk of river drowning. Males were 9 times more likely to drown with alcohol present and 26 times more likely to drown in a boating or watercraft related incident than females. From the given data, it can be clearly seen that swimming and recreation have been responsible for causing nearly quarter of deaths of people. However, the statistics were 10% lower for boating. Moreover, the pattern of ratio of death was closely followed by falling of people accounted to 14%. Furthermore, bathing and non-aquatic transport were almost equally responsible for causing death of people, 9% and 8% respectively. Moreover, 8% of people died due to diving and rock fishing, followed by fishing, jumped in, rescue, and watercraft with 2% each. Lastly, rest of the 13% of people died due to other unknown reasons. The Red Lotus model of health and well-being is used to examine the determinants of water recreational activities. Generally, the Red Lotus health promotion model is a new model for holistic, ecological, salutogenic health promotion practice. The key feature of the Red Lotus health promotion model is the explicit application of a values and principles system to all aspects of modern health promotion, including determining the health paradigm, needs assessment, planning, implementation, and evaluation. Lotus model of health and well-being comprises of two types of determinants, individual and environmental, which further are divided into various factors. For a public health topic of water recreational activities, there are a range of determinants. Considering the socio-economic factors that may lead to the accidents in water are poor underwater visibility, that means due to the presence of microbes or garbage in the water, People can't determine the depth of water and may reach to the deepest point, where it's hard for an individual to deal with the situation. Moreover, at every watery area, there must be warning signs or symbols which aware people of danger prior to any accident takes place. Lastly, looking towards cognitive determinants. People have insufficient knowledge or skills regarding water recreational activities due to poor financial literacy. Thus, this contributes to the mortality rate. Several communicable diseases like cryptosporidiosis, giardiasis, leptospira, legionellosis, bacterial and viral gastrol are commonly associated with bathing in recreational waters. According to the field study surveys in different countries, the rate of diarrheal illness among swimmers ranges from 3 to 8%. Moreover, spinal cord injuries are a major public health problem and cost to society may total $6.2 billion per year. Each year, 10,000 to 20,000 new spinal cord injuries occur in the United States. People who usually sustain with spinal cord usually have permanent damage to the central nervous system, mostly resulting in quadriplegia and usually require intensive care and long-term rehabilitation. Environment determinants include polluting the water sources due to litter, oil, and fuels, and exploitation of beach sand by throwing garbage. However, with respect to natural environment, number of deaths are caused and the reasons are high tides, earthquake, and so on. These natural factors will not only affect human lives but also the aquatic organisms. According to the economic perception, water recreational activities increases the tourism which boosts up the economy of the country. Swimming pools and spas are used by millions of people seeking recreation, rehabilitation, wellness, and other health benefits. According to the 2011 market data issued by the European Union of Swimming Pool and Spa Associations, 5.7 million pools exist in Europe, or about one for every 150 inhabitants. In the social determinant, suicide attempt can be the one factor, as people these days interfere more in someone's personal life, which leads to stress and depression. And as a result, person might think of suicide in the water. Another is the public's nasty activities such as throwing glass bottles, cans, and other things which can cause serious injury to someone. According to the political view, in 2008, the Australian Water Safety Council set an ambitious goal of reducing drowning by 50% by 2020. This target has served as a focus for drowning prevention efforts and driver for collaboration between different drowning prevention organizations across Australia. Social justice, first looking with the fatal drowning. Males accounted for 81% of drowning deaths, with children aged between 5 to 9 years, the leading age group with 19%. Among deaths involving children 0 to 14 years, there was no parental or career supervision in 78% of cases. Those who drowned were most commonly first observed by an adult bystander or witness with 39%, but often retrieved from the pool by staff of 44%, including lifeguards. In two-thirds of drowning cases, at least one lifeguard was present, while other pools were either not required to have one or did not have one due to the prevailing operating conditions. In the majority of cases, Emergency services were contacted about 89%, either by pool staff or by standard, and treatment was administered in the majority of drowning cases up to 86%. People of all skill levels drowned, including non with 14%, poor with 8%, competent with 22%, and strong swimmers as well as with 22%. Coronial recommendations were made in 17% of cases, referencing swimming ability, safety standards and features, supervision, and education. Now, looking towards the non fatal drowning. There were 257 cases of non fatal drowning in public and commercial swimming pools. The leading age group for non fatal drowning was children aged between 0 to 4% up to 45%, followed by the children aged between 5 to 9 years with the 21%.